get the win tonight in front of all of these guys? It was so incredible. This is my first time and you do well, so thank you.
The throng arrived before the gates even opened. The tickets were expensive, the seats were already sold out, and the tournament organizers were frantically trying to figure out how to deal with thousands of fans who were unable to enter. The WTA is only now beginning to realize that this was an Alex Eala match rather than a Grand Slam final. Given the kind of crowds Alex Eala is drawing, do you believe the WTA is doing enough to promote her? Or are they still unaware of her contributions to the sport? Let us know in the comments.
We teased it. The Alex Eala phenomenon continues here in the SoCal desert. Let's hear from some of those local fans who are gathering around the Filipino star.
She's humble and she works hard. Yes, that's why we like her, you know, because she's the face of the Philippines.
Just aside from her talent, she's also thinking of the future.
You know, I've only dreamed of making tennis grow in the Philippines, and now I'm bringing a whole new audience to tennis all around the world.
So when Eala plays, we all get together and we all watch her support her as a group of people.
Are there actual like gatherings?
Oh yeah,
Really?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
We plan our dinners around that stuff.
Really? You signed up for Tennis Channel to watch her?
Yeah, because sometimes they don't show it.
So the year subscription, just in case.
The monthly.
Oh, the monthly. Okay.
Monthly, just in case she doesn't play, then we don't.
To put things in perspective, let's start with a number. 120 million individuals. That is the Philippines' population. And that number, or at least a very loud, very passionate, very well-traveled portion of it, appears in person with flags and chants whenever Alex Eala sets foot on a tennis court anywhere in the world. With the kind of fervor that transforms a typical WTA third-round encounter into something more akin to a national sporting event than a professional tennis match.
To get the win tonight in front of all of these guys?
It was so incredible. This is my first time and you do well, so thank you. I never would have imagined this would be my debut match, with just surrounded by so much love, and I really needed to dig deep today. Diana played so well in a good most of the match, so I'm really happy with how I competed.
It meant so much to you to get the win tonight.
Yeah, matches like this where, like I said, you really have to dig deep, mean so much to me, and it's my first time here. The tournament is amazing. I'm so grateful to be here, to be playing in front of all of you, so I'm really happy I get to play another match.
You didn't even get into this event. This year you are seeded. It has been a whirlwind 12 months for you. If last year I had a conversation with you and said this is where you would be 12 months from now, would you have believed me?
I would not have believed it. It's been a crazy journey ever since then, and it's only the beginning, so I'm so excited, and I'll continue to work hard and hopefully many more matches like this.
Yes!
Tickets for her Stadium 3 debut at the 2026 BNP Paribas Open in Indian Wells, California, were sold out. Not sold well, not exceeded expectations. Completely sold out. Coco Gauff, Aryna Sabalenka, and the other best women's tennis players compete in this tournament. Additionally, pundits and organizers are now publicly stating that Eala is attracting larger audiences this 2026 season than those famous stars. Not infrequently, but regularly. The entire tennis establishment ought to sit down and have a very serious discussion about how they have been handling the sport's growth strategy after reading that comment, incidentally. Because you are losing out on a significant amount of money and visibility if a 20-year-old player who is ranked outside of the top 30 draws larger crowds than the world #1 and several Grand Slam champions, and you continue to schedule her on secondary courts and treat her matches like regular events. The WTA is gradually coming to terms with this fact. Whether they're traveling quickly enough is the question. The stories that emerge from these competitions are almost comically theatrical in the best sense, so let's discuss what the Alex Eala effect truly looks like on the ground. Fans were spotted outside the stadium at Indian Wells 3 hours, not minutes but hours, before her match was supposed to start. Before the warm-up was even over, fans wearing Eala goods and Filipino flags crowded the stands, chanting her name. Tennis Channel cameras captured the mood, and the video quickly went viral on social media. Commenters were truly taken aback by the level of support for a player who was only outside the top 30 at the time. The same thing happened during the practice sessions. Eala attracted huge audiences to watch her hit balls during a warm-up, and fans sang her name as she performed drills that most players perform in front of a few coaches and possibly a few interested spectators. The tournament organizers were obviously unprepared for the level of demand surrounding her attendance. Furthermore, this phenomena is not limited to a single tournament. Earlier in the season, she had a heavy schedule of matches in Dubai. Her appearances at the Australian Open were limited to standing space. The Filipino diaspora, which is dispersed throughout the United States, Europe, the Middle East, Australia, and other countries, has decided that it is worthwhile to attend Alex Eala's performances, even if it means paying for travel, tickets, and the logistical work involved in getting there. Let's now discuss the cost of the tickets, as this is what makes the story even more amazing. These tickets are not inexpensive. One of the biggest tennis tournaments worldwide is Indian Wells. For women, it's comparable to the Masters 1000. The facilities, the star power on display, and the tournament's renown are all reflected in the price. Nevertheless, a sizable number of fans are paying those costs in order to watch Alex Eala. Demand was unaffected by the high price. In certain instances, even after the official allocation sold out, tickets for her matches would have been sought after in a secondary market. That's what occurs when a player establishes a connection with a fan following as strong as Eala's. Price sensitivity is eliminated. Because missing it seems like missing something important, people find a way to get there. Every match feels like a new chapter in a narrative that the Filipino people has been following for years as Eala's career progresses from junior trophies to WTA breakthrough. It is worthwhile to explicitly address the parallels that are currently being made in public. Commentators claims that Eala is attracting larger audiences this season than Coco Gauff and Aryna Sabalenka do not speak to their skill as tennis players. Gauff is a Grand Slam champion and ranked 4th in the world. Over the past few years, Sabalenka has emerged as one of the sport's most powerful players. They are both accomplished, well-established, and deserving of everything they have gained. However, crowd size is not solely determined by titles or rankings. It is a result of the relationship that exists between a player and a community, as well as between a story and those who have a personal stake in its resolution. Eala connects with the Filipino community in a way that very few athletes do with any group worldwide. Players who compete at the top of the WTA Tour have not historically come from the Philippines. The Philippines has not always had access to the infrastructure, resources, and development pathways that generate top 30 tennis players in developed nations. Eala isn't just winning tennis matches when she rises to the 28th spot in the global rankings, defeats top professionals in 3-set sets, and advances to the deep rounds of major events. In front of the entire world, she is accomplishing something that many genuinely didn't think was possible. The crowds are the size they are because of this. Tickets sell out despite the exorbitant cost because of this. Fans fly across continents to fill stadiums at competitions in California, Australia, and the United Arab Emirates, and they arrive hours early to sing her name during practice sessions. They are not merely watching tennis. They are witnessing history being made by a person who resembles them, is from their community, and is competing at a level that demonstrates something significant about what is achievable. The analogies to Taylor Swift that have begun to surface in Eala media are not as arbitrary as they may appear. Swift has amassed a devoted fanbase that travels incredible distances to see her perform live, pays top dollar without complaining, and creates an environment at events that is unmatched in the entertainment business. The Swifties, as they are called, went beyond the music itself to become a cultural phenomenon. Eala's Filipino fan following follows a similar philosophy. It's not only about the tennis. Being a member of a movement that transcends the sport is what it's all about. Additionally, the WTA is still figuring out what the Alex Eala effect means for the business of women's tennis, much way the music industry took some time to fully comprehend and capitalize on what Swift's fan following represented financially. This is the aspect of sports that broadcasters and tournament directors occasionally overlook. Eala creates an authentic crowd energy that is impossible to replicate. Better stadiums can be constructed. Campaigns for marketing can be funded. The circumstance where thousands of spectators are willing to pay top dollar, go abroad, and sit in a sold-out stadium to watch a player compete cannot be created from nothing, even if you give players the largest courts and prime-time schedules. That only occurs when a player has accomplished something genuine, something that resonates with people on a deeper level than rankings and statistics. Eala has done that, and if the WTA doesn't actively address it, they will be making a very costly error. Perhaps the most striking illustration of where this is all going is the Philippine Women's Open predicament. Before the organizers had a full idea of what the tournament would look like, tickets had already sold out as they started getting ready for it. In order to handle the surplus of spectators who were unable to enter the actual venue, the Philippine Sports Commission was candidly considering installing LED walls at other locations, such as a baseball field. This is the first time that a tennis tournament in the Philippines has required extra viewing areas due to a single player, as the demand for tickets exceeded the venue's capacity. It is truly difficult to overestimate the significance of that for tennis in the Philippines and throughout Southeast Asia. Unlike football or basketball, tennis has not traditionally been a popular sport in that area. A comparatively small group of people with the means and facilities to advance in the sport have had access to it. By competing at the top level, winning games, and gaining international recognition, Eala is altering people's perceptions of who can thrive in tennis. That's the kind of cultural change that takes decades to develop naturally, and it's occurring right now because one player is doing so well that a whole country is paying attention to a WTA Tour event in California. This increase in interest in tennis among Southeast Asians may be premature or unduly attributed to a single player, according to Reddit debates, social media analysis, and commentators. All of that is the result of people attempting to make sense of something that doesn't cleanly fit into pre-existing frameworks. Indeed, there is just one player. Yes, whether or not this growth continues will depend on her continued success. However, it is analytically lazy to ignore the market signal since it is focused on a single athlete. Every significant growth in a sports audience throughout history began with a single player who made an impression and attracted attention. Michael Jordan and the growth of NBA viewership worldwide. Yao Ming and the enormous Chinese fan base the NBA has developed since his arrival. Naomi Osaka and the rise in interest in tennis in Japan. It is an established blueprint. Locate a player who resonates with a market that was previously underserved, develop around them, and let organic growth take care of the rest. Eala represents Southeast Asia, and the Philippines in particular. Right now, the WTA must decide how aggressively to seize that opportunity. Her 2026 Indian Wells matches are yielding precisely the kind of data that ought to guide that decision. Sold-out stands, unprecedented numbers, supporters paying premium rates without protest. The demand for tickets was higher for a player rated 28th in the world than for ones ranked far higher. Crowds that most players only see during real games are drawn to practice sessions. The headline WTA in shock is not an exaggeration. The sport is witnessing something emerge that it did not fully foresee, that its current structures were not designed to manage, and that is expanding more quickly than the institutional reaction can keep up. The WTA is not being criticized by that. It describes what occurs when a truly novel phenomenon emerges in a sport that has its own procedures and tempo. Alex Eala isn't holding out for the establishments to catch up. She is selling out stadiums, winning matches, moving up the rankings, and inspiring 120 million people to set their alarms in the middle of the night to watch tennis tournaments taking place throughout the globe. The figures are in. There are actual crowds. Even though she is only 20 years old and still has years of her best career ahead of her, the tickets sold out at full price. It is probably time for the WTA to accelerate. That sums up exactly what Alex Eala is doing to the WTA and why the tennis community was actually unprepared for it. Please click the like button and share your ideas in the comment section below if you are enthusiastic about the direction her career is taking. Additionally, subscribe right away if you haven't already. Much more is on the way.